Okay, so happy Tuesday! We're officially into Team Call Tuesdays, and it just, I don't know, something about Tuesdays, love them. So, I'm gonna close out of Facebook because that's gonna be annoying all night. And share my screen, that's Spotify. I have like 50 tabs up. Don't look at them because I need to close them out, but I just have to organize them. Okay. Present. Okay, so I'm just gonna do, I know a lot of you, there's 5 of us, but whatever. Some of you we're at Super Weekend, so you know all of this, but I just wanna do a quick recap. So if you missed some of it, you can take a screenshot or just like get a little refresh or whatever. And then I wanna kind of dive in a little bit to attraction marketing, because I really do think that it kind of goes along with like the work and the hustle behind the scenes, and it's super important to growing your business. So first, I want to do a little recognition. Okay, so December Success Club. So shout out Rachel, ended at Success Club 8. And I have to give Rachel a shout out. I know she's not on, because she just is somebody who she's, such a busy life. Both of her kids are at home full time with just her. And even if like sometimes at the end of the month she'll be at like SC2 or SC0 even, and for the most part like we'll crank it out some way somehow, and truly because she keeps people in her funnel, in her pipeline, and is constantly showing up on social media and talking to more people and just putting value out there. So I wanted to give her a quick shout out because she's always like coming through in the end, even like through the chaos of motherhood and kind of single mom in it while Kenny's gone working and all that stuff. And then all these other names down here that even if you didn't hit it, like still you're changing people's lives. I truly believe that we change people's lives. So even if you just helped one person, I think that's absolutely incredible. So shout out to you guys from December. And then so far on the board this month, I'm so excited to see all these names up here. We're halfway, what is the today? So about halfway through the month. So much time left in the month. And I think, with Team Cup coming up, the work that you do now is really going to trickle into February. So shout out to you guys who have helped people so far this month. You've helped one person, you can help more people. If you've helped people in the past, you can help them again. So just keep going and don't give up. Okay, so quick announcements. Super Weekend. I want to really say this. If you are in the Wisconsin area coming to our Super Weekend event, tickets are going to sell out. We've already sold more tickets today than we ever have in the past within the first week after the previous Super Weekend. They're going to sell out. We don't know. We don't have a spot picked out. It's going to be in Milwaukee, but we don't have a location locked in yet because we're trying to figure out, one, in terms of price. I think a lot of people don't know that the Market Council fronts the whole everything. Like Beachbody does not give us a single penny towards the event, so we had to pay $5,000 for this previous location. It's just as much as a wedding pretty much venue, and so that's why we do all the things that we do, and we can only do so much because we have to front the money. So if you haven't gotten your tickets and you want to plan on going, get your ticket. And if you end up not being able to, I really truly believe that you will be able to sell your ticket if for some reason you can't go. And I told some of you I'm not supposed to say it, and I didn't do it on the recording last time, but we are having Joel at this coming event. And for whatever reason, Beachbody does not want us to announce that yet, which I think is so dumb. But whatever, you're going to find out anyway. So Joel is coming to our event. That's why I truly believe it's going to sell out, and it's going to be so amazing. And then also it's the open house event, so people can bring guests, which is going to make the number go up. But even with guests, we have to take everyone into consideration and have a cap on how many people can fit in the room. So if you want to go, I really think you should get your ticket like ASAP. And that's the date is Saturday, April 18th. And then you can see the group page and the like page if you're not in them. I've tried to add everyone in so that you can get updates and all of that stuff as well. And then also, they haven't announced it yet, but if you were at this last Super Weekend, the VIP call with Ashley is actually going to be next Tuesday at the same time as our team call. So I'm going to try, and I think Christy Williams, like our upline, she does calls on Tuesdays as well. So I think I'll hop on the call with Ashley because I have to be there. And then I'll just have, if you were not at Super Weekend, just hop on Christy's call then, because I'm sure she's going to have some great content as well, so you're not missing any trainings. Why isn't this going? Okay. And I know I've talked about this, but I like have gone on these trips so many times alone, and I want so badly to bring like you guys with me. I want you guys to go on this trip too. So I'm going to like continue to talk about it. Even if you don't know if you can go, or you don't know if you'll get invited off the list, you can still join the opt-in list. And if you get invited off the list and you're like, oh, I can't go, you don't have to like register, you know, like you can at least get in the opt-in list. And you go to, this is the website, you have to have www, because I wasn't able to get in and I was freaking out because I was like, I can't get on the website. And they're like, you have to have www. So if you're going to go in, you have to do www.successclubtrip.com/2021. You scroll down and you have to join the opt-in list, and then they'll invite you off the list. They started with like the top Success Club point earners from 2019 and just go down the list until it fills up. And they have 2 resorts, so there's a ton of room. And we're going to Riviera Maya, which we were there 2 years ago, and it was absolutely beautiful, amazing. Like it was so big, and like they put on such an amazing party, and it was just like, it's so cool. So, and that is going to be in April. And how you get the trip paid for, I know I've said this already, but just to like reiterate, if you're curious, so you get $5 towards your trip for every 1 Success Club point. So Success Club 2, you get $10 towards your trip. 5 times 2 is 10. If you qualify for Success Club, whether it's Success Club 5 or Success Club 10, then you get $10 towards your trip per Success Club point. So if you hit Success Club 10, then that's $100 towards your trip for that month. In the month of January, the trip dollars double. So if you hit Success Club 10 this month, that's $200 towards your trip. Even if you're not on the opt-in list, it still counts. Or even if you're not registered yet, like it'll still count until you get like off of it, you know, and then they'll start to like add it up and everything. And also, like if you're worried about it not getting paid for, 1, it's billed quarterly, so at least the payments are broken up. Whoopsies. But 2, this is like a great incentive to like hustle to get the trip paid for me anyways, because I upgraded, and I haven't upgraded before because I'm just like such a pansy and like to like assure that I'm getting my trip paid for. But I upgraded, and now I was like mapping out and like doing the math of like what I have to hit every month to like get it paid for like what I upgraded to. And so I'm like, okay, we got this. Hustle mode, let's go. Huge incentive kind of thing. But so it's a $300 non-refundable deposit when you get invited off the list and you register, just to hold your spot, because Beachbody rents out the entire resort, so there's no one non-Beachbody related at the resort. And then you get billed quarterly, so every month you get an email saying like how many trip dollars you've earned to go towards your trip, so they update you so you have an idea every single month. And then there is a minimum. So I know a couple people that registered, paid the $300 deposit, just to give you guys a heads up, for this coming trip, and they did not meet the Success Club minimum for the first quarter, and so they got booted off the list and lost out on their $300. So I mean, the people that got kicked out, like I know that they like weren't taking it seriously, and so that's like their own fault kind of thing. For me, I'm just like, I know that it's on me, so I'm going to make it happen. But so I just want to make sure you guys have all the info, and I want so badly to not be the only one on their team going again. I just think it would be so amazing. So I hope that you get on the opt-in list, and then I hope you get invited off of it, and we're there together. Okay. Wow. Less info. So first of all, you can get the Super Weekend video is in the back office. It's always uploaded in your Coach Online office after Super Weekend, so it is in there now. But the first update is 10 Rounds is Joel's new program. It is low impact but high intensity. It is 5 days a week, and there are, I believe, I'll have to go back and look again, but I think there are 2 like weight days. So like when you're using dumbbells and it's not all boxing 5 days a week, or whatever this is. I think that's boxing. So it's not 5 days a week of boxing. There is weights included. So I personally was not excited. I know Shannon's favorite program is Core de Force, and I loved it when I first did it. But then when I went to do it the second time, I was like, I didn't love it as much kind of thing. And so I wasn't excited. But then when I heard there was weights included, I was like, okay, that's more rounded. It's a little more diverse. So now I am very excited for it. And only 5 days a week I'm in. March 16th, if you're a planner and you want to kind of start planning out like what program you're doing now to get ready to do that, that is when the coach window opens. And then April 6th is when VIP early access opens. So I'm like in March is when you should, even at the end of February is when you should start talking about it and start kind of promoting it to get people's like ears and eyes open to it and start kind of doing. I'm going to try and do a better job this year of like helping our team plan and prep for launches and all of that stuff. So I'm going to do my best. Okay, there's going to be a new program from Adalis. She is the Spanish speaking one. She did a couple of the maternity videos and everything, if you recognize her. We don't know the name of the program or really have any dates. It's going to be later on this year, but it is going to be a combination of like dumbbells and then outside like running, like doing, I don't know exactly what the outside stuff will entail. I'm assuming like running type stuff, but a combination of doing stuff outside and inside, which I think is a cool and a nice little change up. So we'll get more info as we get closer to that time. I'm assuming it's going to be like in the summer or like towards the end of summer like they usually do. So that's something new and exciting to look forward to. The Success Starter Program. So this is huge. If you're somebody who is really looking to grow a successful business and like hit elite and hit these like big audacious goals, you want people on your team to hit Success Starters, because if you have people that are your personally sponsored coach hit Success Starters, that counts towards your elite points. And if you're going for elite or premier, that counts towards points for that, which we can go into another time if you're at all curious. But so before, it was new coaches had to hit Success Club in their first full 3 months as the coach. 1 month, 2 months, 3 in a row, right when I started. Now they can hit Success Club in any 3 months within their first 6 months. In the first month they enroll, so if somebody were to enroll on the last day of the month, that still counts as their first month. So being aware of that in terms of like their month. But any 3 months within a 6-month period, they hit Success Club. They get a free ticket to Summit, which if you know, like Summit is so powerful. You just learn so many different things from different coaches. You hear things in a different way, and it's just like a whole new energy. And then also what is so cool is if you have somebody that hits Success Starter, they earn a spot into the next test group when we have a program launch, which is so huge because I think if you have someone that hits Success Starter and they get into a test group, they're going to be less likely to quit and more likely to be like, this is so cool, I got to earn a spot in here and stuff. And you want people to stay. Like you need a team, right? So I think that is so cool. Definitely something to talk about with your new coaches. Talk to them about the perks of hitting Success Starters and what it could mean for, even if, you know, they're not a builder, like a business builder right away, but just like how cool of an experience that would be. Okay, and then I think this is the last update that I have, but on a wake-up call, Carl talked about BOD groups that is going to be coming. What's neat about BOD groups is I think it's going to be like with the my challenge tracker app. It's just going to be more laid out, more helpful for you so that you don't have to like create your own kind of stuff. And with BOD groups, you'll be able to invite customers into your BOD group right through ShareAcart as you're signing them up with a challenge pad. You can somehow, once it comes out, we'll learn more about it obviously, but invite them to your BOD group straight through ShareAcart as they're signing up. And this will be launching in the spring. So we'll get more info about that as it comes out, but I think it's going to be really great, especially for new coaches who want to run their own challenge groups right away. Then they have this kind of platform kind of laid out for them. Okay, so we're going to get into attraction marketing. I'm going to stop sharing. Yeah, so you have I think I said that maybe after you ask the question, but yeah, there's a $300 deposit just to hold your spot, and it is non-refundable. Okay, so with attraction marketing, I was on a call, and I think I shared it in the team page, but with Ashley Molstad and Bonnie Engel. And Ashley Molstad is like huge with attraction marketing. She hits like Success Club 200 every single month, and the majority of it, like she'll have like 5,000 people fill out her forms when she does a call to action kind of thing. And she is huge on attraction marketing. But with that, I need to also lead with, prior to getting to that point, she was working her business 12 hours a day. 12 hours a day that was spent inviting, growing her network, talking to new people, starting conversations, following up with people, like those behind the scenes conversations. And on that call with her, just so it's not coming out of my brain, it's from Ashley. She said, if you're not having 100 people a month come to you, then you're not to the point where you can just do attraction marketing. And there are a very small handful of people who can do solely attraction marketing. Like, you have to do a little bit of both. You can get to a point, there are a lot of coaches who probably do a little less inviting, but I know, even like Janelle Summers, like she still does, she's a 15-star in 3 business centers, multimillionaire, all that stuff. And she still sends invites. So it's not something you really ever get away from, but something that you down the road can do less and people come to you a little bit more. But those people, they want to continue to hit elite and find new people. So that's why like the work kind of never stops. But once you hit those big goals, you start to fall in love with it and get in your own group. So it's not as hard of work as you get going. I hope that makes sense. And so I think attraction marketing, looking at, like watching trainings in terms of like growing your social media, network marketing as a whole, attraction marketing really is becoming something that you have to do to intertwine with inviting. And so when I was talking with Ashley Feldice, and she rode with me to dinner Friday night before the event, and I just asked like what she does to grow her social media and grow her network and stuff, because I know that is such a big thing of having to get new people's eyes in your stuff. And I was very surprised by this, but she said that is what she spends the most time on, is growing her network. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? And she said, yeah, she tries to do a live video once a week on something, sometimes it's like a meal prep, but usually something not Beachbody related. And recently she did like a makeup tutorial because she's like into makeup and fashion and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I saw that. It pops up on my popular page literally every single day. I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but it's literally on my popular page every day. And I was like, yeah, I watched it because it kept showing up. So I just watched it. And she said that she gained a ton of followers from that. And a ton of people like that followed her were watching her stories then because of that video. And all of her Success Club points from January are those new people that came from her IGTV of her makeup tutorial. So she said, doing a lot of stuff that's not Beachbody related, that makes up who you are, outside of Beachbody, but then also obviously staying on top of like your fitness stuff in your stories and intertwining that with stuff so that when new people do come, they do see that you have something to offer, and you're kind of like, throwing out those call to actions in your stories every now and again. One thing we talked a lot about, like going to like big accounts and clicking on a photo, one of their recent photos, and clicking on the likes on that photo to find new people to follow. Well, when you do that, one thing that I have found that has gotten me a little more of people to follow me back is like, I'll go to people. So obviously most of you know that I'm like obsessed with The Bachelor. It's not like a guilty pleasure. Like, I like The Bachelor, where some people are like, it's just the drama no, I like The Bachelor. Anyways, so I go to people like that are newly on The Bachelor, and I go to their recent photos, and I click on the likes on the photo. And then as I'm going through the people who have liked that photo, I find somebody that I'm like, okay, I think that I would be friends with her. I like her vibes and all of that. And then I'll go to her following. So I'm like finding one person through this huge list of stuff, but then I'm going to their following because it's a more dialed down niche of people versus like all these people that are liking this ginormous account, if that makes sense. So for me, that has been working to bring new people. Like, I have a lot of people still unfollowing me, but I'm bringing in more new people that are like staying there and looking at my stuff and like commenting on my stuff. Another thing that Ashley said to me that I don't know why, like, it hit my heart, and I like was like trying to hide tearing up. I think I'm just like emotional and pregnant and everything. And you understand. Congratulations again, by the way. But one thing she said to me, or she asked me, she's like, when you wake up every day, like who's the first person you want to go in and follow? And I was like, don't judge me, but Lindsay Matway. And she doesn't post a lot about Beachbody stuff, but I like to follow her, one, for her beauty and like hair tips, but two, because she's a genuinely really kind person. And she told me, she said, you have to be a top coach. I don't know a top coach that is not a genuinely kind person. And I was like, wow. And then she went on to say, you have to be people's biggest fan. Beachbody is not for everybody. Like, you talk to people about it, and if they have a gym routine, then still be their biggest fan. Ask them how it's going without the obligation to try and like recruit them to leave their gym and come to Beachbody, but truly be their biggest fan. And when you do that, when you truly be a good person and care about people and be people's biggest fan, whether it's on their own fitness journey or something going on in their life, whatever, if you continue to be somebody's biggest fan, more people are going to come to you. You have to be a good person in order to grow your business. It's just how it is. And for whatever reason, that just really hit me, because I felt like coming into this year, I have never like spent so much time just like loving on people, like even before the conversation, just like ending December, coming into this year, I'd spent so much time like stop trying to like pressure people and like convince them to like join me and all this stuff. And another thing I said on like the last call was, you know, it's really frustrating seeing so many people who post like yelling at people, like, I get it. You don't have time to do this. Well, guess what? This only took me 30 minutes to do. Like, don't yell at people. Be an inspiration story that's going to inspire somebody. And when someone's yelling at me, like, you could have done this, but instead you did blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that doesn't make me want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? But like, genuinely being a good, inspirational person, maybe giving a little tough love now and then. But if you're constantly like yelling at your following, like, I'm probably going to unfollow you. You know what I mean? But so posting stuff that is not Beachbody related, think about doing live videos and turn that into an IGTV where you can post it into your feed and then it stays there for a while to allow more people, because those IGTVs are popping up more and more in the popular page to allow more people to find you and then to hopefully follow you and come check you out. And then once you get people to follow you, however you're doing that, whether it's IGTV, hopefully you're following new people every single day. And then once people get there, it's your job to keep them there. So this is where your insights, and I'm talking mostly about Instagram right now, and hopefully you're adding people to Facebook too, but like in terms of posting, like this still stands for Facebook as well. I get better traction over on Facebook, like more people liking, commenting on my stuff, but I get more people to join my business from Instagram, just from like stories and all of that stuff, which took me a while to build. That's why I never stopped working on Facebook. But if you kind of combine both, you'll definitely get there. But so with insights, so I'm just going to pull up my Instagram, go to your profile. In the top three dots at the right, this is probably backwards, but at the right, click on that. Click on insights. And then it shows you like your most liked posts. The very first thing when you scroll down a little bit and you're under the content tab, it shows you your most liked posts. This is the very first, oops. Okay, go away. So when you click on insights, there's content, activity, and audience. You're on the content one, and it shows you right here your most liked posts, like from most liked to least liked. And every time I look at this, it's never a fitness related post. So this is telling me what my followers like to see most. And so that's what's telling you, make sure to weave more of this stuff in your posts to keep people there more. And then I just want to make sure I'm staying on the track. Okay. And then like not doing more of the same thing, but really doing more of the smart thing, which is what do people like the most? What do they want to see the most? And then you can also look on your stories and you can see, it doesn't show it from like most watched to least watched, but you can see like how many people have watched it versus like what people tap by and that stuff. So really paying attention to this. in terms of like stuff that you're posting, and then even weaving that stuff into your Instagram stories if you can find a way to kind of do that. And then also obviously weaving in your fitness stuff. I do way less fitness related posts and do more of that in my stories. And I try to every now and again in my posts, like push people to like, oh, I don't do this a lot, but like, oh, did this in my Instagram stories today. If you didn't catch it, go check it out before it goes away kind of thing, to try to get people there. And then also in my bio, I don't know if this really works, but I have daily workout clips and stories just to try to get people to go there. Another thing, I did my very first TikTok today, and I've been listening to podcasts about like how fast TikTok is rising. And I have no idea how to use it. Like, it's something that I have to learn, but there are tutorials on YouTube. And so what I did today, it was just a workout video. I usually will upload mine to Triller just because I've used Triller before and I know how to use it. But so I took videos, like 15-second videos, and saved them to my camera feed. There was like 4 or 5 of them. I uploaded them to TikTok. I picked a song, I uploaded them to TikTok, and then I made a video. And I was like, okay, I'll try this. And so it was like a totally, yeah. So TikTok is like huge right now. People who are using TikTok in their stories are getting crazy, crazy, crazy engagement because people want to be entertained. Like, if you don't like to watch your own stories, if it's not entertaining or funny or interesting or whatever to you, chances are it's not to other people too. So I am going to learn TikTok and try to play around and do more with it because I know that it's hot right now. You know, I'm not like the smartest person that comes up with things, but I do have eyes and ears, and my eyes and ears are pointing, all things are pointing to TikTok right now. So if you don't know how to do it, I don't either, but there are so many tutorials and something that you could just play around with. And so lately I've been spending a lot of my time growing my Instagram and really, you know, posting things that are about me. But with that, what I also want to say is you can weave in coaching related things or fitness related things too. So there's this post from, I had it pulled up, but it just went away because I pulled up my Instagram, so I apologize. I find it again. Sorry, I had it up. Okay, so this post from Emily Favre, just to give you an example. So it's a picture of her and her daughter, okay? And I'm gonna read it to you. It's not super long. It says, "Don't worry, Ella Grace. I pray every day that you end up an Enneagram 3 just like your mama and not an Enneagram 1 like your perfectionist dad who loads the dishwasher perfectly and takes 5 minutes to make the perfect bottle and unpacks his bags right after he got home from a trip. Did I mention his laundry is always caught up? Hashtag serial killer trays as far as I'm concerned. The Enneagram has helped me discover who I am in the past few months more than the last 27 years has ever taught me. LOL. Have you taken the test? What are you?" So, you know, she's telling a story about like her family and that she is an Enneagram 3 and her husband's an Enneagram 1. But what she's really asking at the end, she asks, have you ever taken the test and what are you? So in this post, what she's really looking for is who else is an Enneagram 3 that would like to join my team without saying that, right? So she's telling a story about herself, but she's looking for people that are also like her that she probably ended up messaging and inviting them to the coaching opportunity or whatever. So you can transition posts like that into, like today, another example, I shared for the first time my miscarriage. And although that, you know, that was a very like grieving time for me and it's a very serious post, I also weaved coaching into it because honestly, and I wasn't, you know, like I didn't make anything up, but honestly, had it not been for coaching, I would not be doing personal development. I never would have signed up for the conference that I went to that really helped me so much in that time. And it's all leading back to coaching. Had it not been for coaching, I wouldn't have done that. And I would not have gotten through the time like I did with the people that I was surrounded by, thanks to coaching. So you can weave it into like things in your personal life, just like put that out there without constantly like being, I'm a coach, I did this, I do that, but like sharing your personal life too. And that's another way that I connected with so many people by just a simple like real raw story of myself. You know, not every post needs to be like super like real and raw and like sobbing like that, you know what I mean? But I've connected with so many people, and when I started talking more about like sex openly and relationship and stuff, I've had so many people join me because of that group that I run that's like totally free, not Beachbody related, but it's just allowed me to connect with people on another level through attraction marketing, through other parts of my life, who then started following more. And as I post about my fitness journey, they've gained curious because they now trust me. They now know me, they now like me, and they now trust me, and now they've joined me, right? So attraction marketing, you absolutely have to do. You have to be consistent. You have to be in your stories. You have to commit to your own fitness journey, and you have to show up every single day. But then you also have to show you and be your goofy self, or be your very organized self, whatever your personality is, just be you. And if you're going to watch people and compare yourself, you cannot do that, because you're going to lose your own voice. You have to be you. And if you continue to be you and continue to show up, you're going to attract more people that are like you, and people that like you are going to continue to follow you, and the people that are not like you and are never going to join you anyways, they're going to unfollow, and that is totally fine. But what you need to know is your belief is what's going to create your action. Your action is going to create your success and your results. So your belief is going to create your results. You have to believe in yourself. And if you don't, you're not going to take the action that it takes to be able to grow a business, or to show up on your Instagram stories, or to make a post every single day. You have to believe in yourself. And that comes from personal development, and that comes from getting your own fitness results and believing in what it is that we have to offer. And then if you believe so much in yourself and you tell yourself over and over, and look at your vision board, I hope you made goals or a vision board or whatever, and look at that every single day. And the more that you believe that you can, the more action you're going to take, and the better results you're going to get. Okay. And with that, I know this was like about attraction marketing and all of that stuff, and I can go on and on about like taking different pictures and lighting and all of that stuff. And if you want input on, if you would like me to ever like come and like look at your feed, I know a couple people have asked me to like rate their feed, or, you know, give it like a good look over. I'm more than happy to do that and give you honest, constructive feedback to help you improve and everything. I'm always willing to do that. What was it? Oh, and in terms of like wanting to, I assume that if you're on the call, like you have an interest in growing your business. So Christy, our like upline coach, reached out to me and a couple other girls, and she wants to start this push group. Not really a push group where you're like working from sun up to sundown, but this group where you're going to be provided with a ton of training, like the best of the best trainings from just like people sharing tips and like what's working for them, and like a really collaborative group to help you keep the momentum up. And so we're going to be starting that group. It's going to be like me, Christy, Ashley Ferentz, Danielle Unger, I don't know if you guys know who that is, and Trisha, I forget her last name, but just within like Christy's team kind of thing, that are like 2-star and above, and then like bringing in other things to like train on, and like just sharing what's working for everyone in like a bigger group versus like just our team. And so there's going to be a requirement to get in that group. Like you have to help like one person in order to get in the group. And then once that group is there, you have to hit Success Club in order to stay in the group. And if you get kicked out of the group because you miss Success Club, you have a chance to like earn your spot back in the following month. So it's kind of an incentive to continue hitting Success Club, which is going to help you grow your business, but then also stay on top of like these amazing trainings and like other leaders and other people who are crushing in their business to continue to share that stuff in that group. So I'm really excited for this. I think coming together with as like a bigger team is going to be really helpful versus just like our smaller team kind of thing. So I just wanted to pass that on. She's hopefully going to be announcing that within the next couple of days or whatever. And then I'm like really losing my voice. I'm so sorry. And then next week, so if you were at Super Weekend as a VIP, next week during team call time at 7 p.m. Is going to be the VIP call with Ashley. So we'll have that. If you were not there, I will get the link to Christy's team call so that if you're able to hop on that, you still are able to get into a training and stuff and aren't just kind of left hanging. So with that, does anyone have any questions about attraction marketing, like what to do next kind of thing, anything not related that was talked about in today's call? All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hopping on. I will let you go. Have a good rest of your night and get on a team cup if you're not on one. Okay. Bye, guys.